The weekly gains continued last week as all 5 major markets ended the shortened trading week higher. The consistency in the positive returns extended down to the underlying sectors as well. For the first time in a while, all 11 sectors closed positive for the week. The greatest gains were seen in energy, which managed to climb back into positive territory for the year. In regards to energy news, a headline that you may have missed last week was that the Department of Energy has rolled back a number of rules regarding the incandescent light bulb. The classic light bulb began to be phased out back in 2007 based on guidelines designed to reduce energy and carbon emissions. The DOE updated the definitions of what bulbs and devices fell into the various categories of the law, stating that the changes pertain only to a definition and the rule does not alter any standards. Furthermore, the Department of Energy stated that more stringent standards are not economically justified. While this headline ultimately didn't impact the markets, it may have an impact on which bulbs you see on the shelves the next time you go to the store. Overseas, the Brexit drama continues. During the last week of August, Boris Johnson, the United Kingdom Prime Minister, asked the Queen to suspend Parliament until October 14th in a move to limit the opposition's ability to stave off a hard October 31st Brexit. While the Queen agreed to the request, Tories passed a bill late last week that required Johnson to ask for a third Article 50 extension until January of 2020 if no deal is agreed upon by October 19th. This bill, known as the Benn Bill, is expected to receive royal assent and therefore become law. Johnson would then be required, under penalty of law, to ask for the extension and would prevent the UK from exiting the EU without some sort of deal in place. In fact, the bill went so far as to include the exact wording of the letter for the request. Because the Article 50 vote requires the involvement of the EU in order to approve an extension, there is still the possibility of this saga taking new forms yet again. However, the Benn Bill also requires that if the EU approves of a different date than that of January of 2020, the Prime Minister would be forced to accept. Publicly, Johnson still refuses to ask for an extension from the EU, leading some experts to say that he may end up in jail as a result. Possibly as a sign that the markets love to climb a wall of worry, the MSCI United Kingdom Index added 2.2% last week, while the Greater Europe Index closed even higher with a gain of 2.39%. Finally, in domestic news, the monthly employment situation report missed expectations, but showed that the workforce is still growing as the non-farm payrolls increased by 130,000, below the 171,000 expected. This number, although below estimates, affirms the Fed's plan to take whatever action is necessary to sustain the growth of the economy.